Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's bloody cold out here. So we are just outside of Cleveland, Ohio, headed up to Romulus, Michigan. It is 15 degrees outside, but with the 20 to 25 mile an hour wind, feels like -3. At least that's what the weather says. My ears, my scalp, and everything else say it's a whole hell of a lot colder than that. I take those temperatures with a very big lump of salt. And what's up there, guys? So, I'm gonna get out of the winter gear, get you guys mounted up, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're back in the warm truck. Got all the winter gear off. I don't typically pull out the winter gear until it truly gets cold. The reason for that is I have built up my gear over the last 10 years to make it so that I can stand in -40 or lower with a wind and still be comfortable. And it will do that. It is good enough gear that if it's any warmer than 5 to 10 below zero, it's actually uncomfortable to wear because it keeps me too warm. So as you can see, we've got snow flurries. They're saying that there's ice. We'll see. This is when you do not drive with cruise control on under any circumstances. Don't even think about turning the cruise control on, because that'll get you into a world of trouble. You don't have the cruise control on, you can control things. If you start to go into a skid, with the cruise control on, you'll lose it and it'll be over before you have a chance to realize that something went wrong. So, when it comes to winter driving, there are a number of factors to keep in mind. Number one, the weather overall. You gotta learn what conditions you can drive in. Just because somebody else is driving doesn't mean you should. If you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel safe, call them. That's it. Ignore the people who sit there and call you a wimp. Drive to your safety level. That's rule number one. Rule number two, Don't ever let dispatch push you. Believe me, with some companies, they will. You gotta have a thick skin out here. You gotta stand up for yourself. You are the captain of your ship. Drive that way. When you say no, when you say conditions are not safe for me, you need to stand your ground. Hello, Smokey. So, overall conditions, you need to make a judgment call. Yes, it's cold. Yes, it's mildly windy. The roads are wet. They've been treated. I've already looked at the various state agencies for road conditions. It's green all the way to Michigan. Means I'm going to be driving without cruise control probably the rest of my day. But it's green. Another factor to take into account is your weight. The heavier you are, the more traction you have. So if you're dealing with a 20-mile-an-hour wind, you got 5,000 pounds in the box and possible ice conditions. Don't even think about it. That wind will blow you around like a sail in the wind. This particular load, I got 45,000 pounds of bananas behind me. There's not much moving me. I got traction for days. Another factor to remember, if you have snow on the ground and you're heavy, as long as you're doing an appropriate speed, you've got traction. Ice, on the other hand, doesn't care. You hit ice, it doesn't matter how heavy you are. You will not have traction. As you can see, roads are pretty clear. They're wet. Most of that is salt solution. Which means for the most part we can just cruise. Hey buddy, pick a lane. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, lay down some miles, and go from there.